Alright, so this what you can see here on number 3, like Cooper, what form would you say this? Would you call this vertex form, standard form, or intercept form?
Standard.
It is standard form. It's standard form. This guy right here is in factored form. Now it's pretty difficult to move from this to this, but that's what we're practicing today. Okay? Now solving this, I usually kind of gloss over. So I wanted to make sure that I took the time to tell you actually how to solve this. If it's already in parentheses, it's already factored, you're just going to take both factors and set both of them to 0. And you solve these little mini equations, okay? So all of the work through factoring kind of, I spent a lot of time talking about that. And then when I get to this, I go over it really quickly. I almost sometimes don't even show my work. So I want to make sure I emphasize how I'm doing this. So I'm subtracting 5. I better come up here. So this is 2x equals negative 5, and then dividing by 2. And I have one of my answers is negative 5 over 2. So that's an x-intercept at negative 2.5. And then I'll do that again with the other one. I add 10 to both sides. And I get 3x is 10, divide by 3. And I get x is 10 over 3. So negative 2.5 and 3.33 is where this parabola goes through the x-axis. So this is just like the very ending part of these problems on the board. And like I said, I don't always talk about it. So I wanted to make sure I showed that clearly before we jump into all the long steps of factoring. So classwork today you can see, so everybody can kind of work at their own pace. It's these 5 problems. We're factoring using the grouping method, otherwise known as the A times C method. So this is the handout from Friday. Notice on all of these, A does not equal 1, which makes this complicated. Okay, this is the complicated type. If this 2 wasn't here, then it would be much quicker. Or if the 5 wasn't here, this problem is easier. If the 10 wasn't here, I'm going to factor it in like 5 less steps. So these big numbers in front are making this a more complicated process. Okay? So step 1, you multiply A times C. Are you guys ready for classwork?
Yes.
All right. 2 times negative 14 is negative 28. So for this problem, we need numbers that will multiply to negative 28 and add to negative 14. So I put some pretty big numbers in here. So you should have a calculator out. I didn't pick like the easiest problems for classwork and then give you hard problems for homework. I didn't do that. I put some more difficult stuff up here so we can practice it together. So what doesn't work is you copying me. If you copy what I write up here, you leave class thinking you know what you're doing, and then when you go to do it by yourself, you can't. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through this one, and then I'm going to try to step back and give you time to answer questions. So try to find numbers that multiply to negative 28, and also add 14. Did I mess that up? Oh, they have to add to 30. Yeah. They have to add to negative 3. Everybody fix that. Add to negative 3. Okay, so I'm thinking of 14 times 2. But negative 14 plus 2 is negative 12. So 14 and 2 doesn't work. What else makes 28? 4. Negative 7 times 4 is 28. And negative 7 plus 4 is negative 3. So those are the numbers we want to use. So for step 3, you rewrite the problem. You start over and you make the problem with better numbers. So we're going to make it with better numbers, and the better numbers are the ones that satisfy both criteria. So I'll keep the first value the same. 2n squared, I'm not going to write the middle, I'm going to use the better numbers. So 7n plus 4n minus 30. Now, did anybody work ahead and they put the 4 first? It doesn't matter. You should get the same answer in the end, but I'm going to work on it the way you are. So, is everybody with me? You put the negative 7 first? Okay. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms instead of 3 terms. This is called a trinomial. This is called a polynomial. All right. So now that it's 4 terms, you can group it. So you're going to take it 2 at a time. So now I can ignore the last 2 and focus on the first 2.
This one's
Okay, so multiplying to 35 is not a whole lot of options. I'm going to do 7 and 5. Am I ahead of you? I don't want to be ahead of you. So I'm going to pause. And if you're done, you go ahead. You can go ahead. All right, guys, so these two, I just knew I had to come up with anything that multiplied to 28. So first I tried 14 and 2. I could have tried 1 times 28, but I just learned that 7 times 4 is 28. So you have to think about everything that might work. Choose the best one. The ones that will add to be the middle number. Would you put first, the 7 or the negative 5? You put the 5 first.
But when I did it, I got n plus 1. But I don't know what goes here.
Because the 2 is positive, we want to keep the bigger number positive.
But then would that make
It sure would. Yeah.
And then what goes here?
There's a 5 there. Well, these you could take a 7 out of. So you're putting a 7 there.
Oh, and then a 5 in here.
5 in there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I can put the 5 first and the 7 second. Who did it with the 5 first? Raise your hand. Who did it with the 7 first? Raise your hand. Okay, more people put 5 first. So, but I can do both. I can do both if you have a question. All right, so now I'm gonna GCF this. So they both have 5. They're both divisible by 5. They both have n. You can always take a variable out of the first two. So that leaves me, it's n squared. I'm taking an n out front. That leaves me with an n inside. And then just a 1 here. 5n divided by 5n is 1. Remember, the whole idea of taking a greatest common factor is just opposite distribution. So if you're not sure if you did it right, you can think, well, if I distribute, would I get what I started with? It has to be opposite distribution. All right, I'll do that again here. And these two both have a 7 in them, so we can factor a 7 out. And it must work so that the parentheses are the same. So that's great. We have 2 of the same set. And now the 5n is going to match up with this 7. So it's 5n and 7 together. And n minus 1, yes? Because this one doesn't have an n with it. Yeah, because it's a common factor. They have to have it in common. That was a good question. Who else has a good question? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Great question. That's so important. Some people will put a 35 there on accident. That'll mess you up. Yes. Correct. It should still be the same. Lots of great questions. Go ahead and try number 3. What about what? You want me to do the other one? Yeah. No problem. So I'm gonna put plus 7. I'm redoing this one for everyone who had a different order. Is that what your question was? So on these two, only an n comes out. And then on these two, they're both negative, so I'll take a negative 1. But instead of this middle, the middle's not working, you use this n instead. So it'll be 2n squared minus 7n plus 4n The idea here is to try to combine
Is it only this one or is it all?
If for instance, if it was 2, I got the Marie. I got one of them. 7 times. So the only thing that converts is 1. Is it also has an n? So n. Yeah. And then in parentheses, what's left would be 2 and negative 7. So just taking n So now we put these two together into a 7. Yeah. And then break the 200. Now we make both of these zeros. Yeah. Yeah. What?
So 951.
I'm gonna, if you haven't found the numbers yet, I'm just gonna get you to the numbers part and then I'll stop again.
I got negative 3.
I multiplied to negative 12.
Here's the numbers. If you couldn't come up with those were I picked it on purpose. I picked a challenging one on purpose. So I'm gonna pause and let you work with those numbers. So put them in the middle and rewrite. No, but you since there's a 10 in front, incorporate that. If the 10 wasn't there, then it would be.
Yes, Cooper, just to confuse you, she made up the entire equation. I was gonna do something else, but be a good guy. Good guy, good guy. Huh? No, it's all good. What did you just say?
Yeah. I did it 12 and 2.
I got 12.
Alright, who put the 25 first? Who put the negative 12 first? We're good? Yeah, that is 1.2 and 2.5. Yeah, I would accept it. Now the SAT, since you did that, we'll say.
I don't do that to you. I smack your hand when you take my stuff.
So the purpose is to just change the middle. So if we did 25x minus 12x, we would have that.
I mean, it works.
So we're rewriting the middle term differently. All right, and then we solve this.
Basically, times equal. Either way. 47. Yay.
You got it. Good. All right, number 4. We have time to get to number 4. So I just assigned you four problems. They can send you this, but do this until the bell. So you're practicing. And then I've given you 4 problems, and we're not meeting tomorrow. So we'll I know on Thursday I'll be checking like 3 different assignments that I haven't checked yet. So make sure you have everything with you, and then we're gonna move on. So I'll take a little bit of questions, but
God, that would make the writing that fun.
Alright, I'll just so for 4 I would pick 3 and 4. Because what multiplies to 12 and adds to 7, I would do 3y and 4y. And then I don't want to like rush you through this, but for everybody who tried it already, if you guys don't finish the board work, it's okay. Okay, don't feel like you have to do all 5. This is the pace we worked at, it's fine. That's the answer if you're done. You're done with it. Wait,